Hi, I'm Mark Fletcher, ENP, Chief Architect for Worldwide Public Safety Solutions in the Office of the CTO at Avaya. Today I'll be presenting our architecture for a safe school, smart campus environment. At Avaya, our 2016-2017 solution focus is on the smart digital enterprise. The enablement of that environment needs a good, solid foundation, such as the Avaya SDNFX automated core. This provides business continuity on a single protocol, fast recovery, with the scalability and agility of the cloud, but a lower total cost of ownership, not to mention a distributed control plane. As we onboard more and more devices in our networks, and the Internet of Things becomes a reality, our biggest exposure is security. Avaya takes that seriously and delivers a defense-in-depth model through stealth. This enables next-generation data centers and campus network environments to provide seamless end-to-end networking that extends well beyond the legacy campus edge. Specific focus areas are smart public safety, providing multimedia multimodal communications, as well as secure, resilient ESINet connectivity to our nation's first responders. Smart campus and education, providing relevant situational awareness and information from data networks to feed the smart public safety ESINets. Smart campus and healthcare, connecting the relevant big data from patients and doctors to improve medical care. Smart stadiums and large venues, bringing fan engagement to a whole new level, allowing the public to interact and collaborate with their favorite teams. A smart hospitality environment, making our hotel and lodging environments more safe for guests and providing interactive services that increase brand loyalty, as well as enabling the groundwork for future solutions. When we look at keeping students and staff safe in a school environment, we start with the emergency management cycle. This is based on the FEMA Incident Command System and starts with preparedness through drills, communications, and security systems. This leads into the next phase, which is response, that takes into consideration mobility, reachability, and accessibility so everyone can be alerted and react to an emergent event. While the event is occurring, it's important to be able to monitor, access, and notify your community of interest so that you can manage the environment and keep people pointed in a safe direction. Finally, when the event is over, comes the mitigation and prevention stage. This is where you do a risk assessment, evaluate what's been done, and determine what you can do better for the next event, wrapping all of that information into preparedness for your next drill, where the cycle starts all over again. These are all standard practices from FEMA's ICS Incident Command System program that's available online at FEMA.gov. At Avaya, we believe that a smart campus is a safe campus, and many states follow suit, specifically recommending that school staff must have proper training regarding their school's emergency plan, and they also must be aware of the FEMA ICS, as well as their roles and responsibilities. Additionally, the National Electrical Manufacturers Association has defined a standard for school communication systems that includes day-to-day communications as well as emergency situations. They cover topics such as 911 dialing from any school phone, announcement volume levels, even in loud environments, and the ability for emergency communications to take priority and override routine announcements. They also stress visual notifications for hearing impaired persons, as well as emergency broadcast devices throughout the school. Finally, they recommend that authorized personnel be able to silently monitor ambient audio in any school area during an emergency. Avaya delivers functionality for these capabilities through the Avaya IP Office. Trusted by more than 5,000 education institutions worldwide, the Avaya IP Office platform becomes an empowered Internet of Things controller, attaching SIP endpoints to the infrastructure and providing interconnectivity with third-party solutions, such as Algo Communication Solutions, with over 1 million endpoints shipped and 40-plus years delivering quality telecom solutions. And the Conveyance Systems Sentry E911 Location Management Solution, providing on-site notification and situational awareness, and the only select product for E911 on IP Office. These solutions offer compatibility and interoperability through the Avaya DevConnect program and have additionally been tested rigorously for system compliance in the Avaya Public Safety Lab, where we looked at overall end-to-end solution functionality. Together, these three elements provide a resilient, reliable communications infrastructure that specifically addresses the unique needs of K-12 schools and helps staff manage campus emergency response. Let's look a little closer at on-site notification versus situational awareness. What's important? We need to understand that a device has triggered an emergency call event, and that's important to school office staff at the facility. We also need to know where the event was initiated from, and that's important to additional first responders. Now, of course, the 911 dispatch address is the critical piece for public safety because they need to direct responders to the physical address they need to respond to. But what other additional data is also relevant to the event? The network contains lots of information about our building environment, including floor plans and resources, and environmental data. Smoke conditions, temperature readings, and the status of various alarms are all indicative indicators with valuable information that can help direct first responders. But the question is, how do I make that data available to public safety resources and do it in real time? And the answer to that is an additional data repository that collects and stores relevant information, making it available to public safety during the emergency event. The fact of the matter is there are many solutions on the market that offer what appear to be tempting solutions, such as alert to telephones that 911 was dialed from extension 5041 that belongs to Jack Shepard, as we see in this solution here. But in reality, this information is just a false sense of security because it doesn't provide any actionable information or route that to relevant resources. What if Jack Shepard has more than one device on my network? That's a common scenario in unified communications. And was it really Jack Shepard that made the phone call, or someone that just used his phone? And who did we advise of this information? Was it someone even in a position to respond? While solutions like this seem sexy, they fail in many important areas, such as managing acknowledgments. What good is a notification if no one gets it? Managing escalations. If no one gets it, who else can I give it to? Providing relevant details to public safety dispatchers responding to the incident. The only data you can send them is a phone number. So providing a data repository that's accessible by authorized external resources is a key deliverable not found in this solution. This is why Avaya has partnered with Conveyant and their Sentry application for on-site notification and situational awareness. When 911 is called, does anyone even know that the event took place? The first thing we do is we provide a screen pop with detailed information about the device that's placed the call. We also show event history and can queue up multiple events if they occur at the same time. This is what allows local staff to begin the internal response. Do we need to activate a lockdown condition? How do we know when first responders arrive so locked doors can be opened? And what additional resources are available that are close to the incident? Video cameras, fire extinguishers, automatic external defibrillation devices. These are the important pieces of data that are relevant internally. This is where we say that not just on-site notification, but detailed and relevant situational awareness is relevant. And not taking that information and just delivering it, but delivering it to the right person on an appropriate device. These are the capabilities that are really important in an emergency situation where time is critical. Most legacy 911 solutions today simply manage the ANI or phone number. The number on my device is 908-848-2602. And if sent on a 911 call, it's used by the 911 center to retrieve the address information. That ANI is used to look up the ALI, or automatic location identification. And here's an example of what the ALI looks like. Business name, street address, the proverbial address line 2 that says office 2C231, the town I'm located in, my callback number, and the specific police, fire, and medical agencies that need to be dispatched. It's all the information in the world. Right? Well, maybe not. While there seemingly is a lot of information there, what's really relevant to the 911 call taker? Well, the first thing is the agency of record. Many 911 centers are consolidated and answer for several municipalities. Based on the street address, they need to know what agency needs to be dispatched. For the responding units at that agency, they need to know what's the street address that they're needed at. They've got to drive the truck there. But wait a second, we had additional information there. Fletch was calling from Cube 2C231. We know exactly where he is in the building, or do we? The field in the alley record that holds that information is commonly called address line 2. It's 30 characters or less of information, and most of the time, it's useless. You see, emergency first responders have no idea what Cube 2C231 actually means in a specific building or facility. So you might as well tell them that you're wearing blue socks. Despite this is precisely data that we spend large amounts of CapEx and OpEx to maintain. Let's look at some smart campus safe school use cases that are real-world scenarios. During the day, I notice a strange person standing outside the front door of the school, possibly trying to get in. Through video surveillance, I take a closer look, and I don't like what I see. So I initiate a lockdown by simply dialing a lockdown code or 911 from my device. When I do this, 911 is called, on-site alerts are triggered at both the school and the Central Board of Education offices. Detailed information about the event is triggered and presented to the appropriate persons. The principal is informed on their smart device via Sentry on-site notification and uses their Avaya 1X mobile to dial an activation code for a school lockdown. Automatically, strobe lights begin to display a specific lockdown flash pattern. A pre-recorded lockdown announcement is then engaged. This is the office. The school is activating a protective procedure. We are now moving to lockdown mode. Staff, please acknowledge. Teachers then implement their policy for lockdown and use their Avaya communicator to report student status to the office. Parents or transportation authorities can be notified via email, SMS, and phone calls that a lockdown event is now in effect. When police arrive on scene, proximity sensors will trigger a call to staff that there's activity outside of the front door. Access devices mounted provide two-way video that can validate the first responder's credentials and unlock the door without having to physically go there and meet them. Once the event's completed, a pre-recorded all clear message can now be played over speakers and strobe lights can be disengaged. If outside contacts were notified, an update email or SMS or phone call can be provided indicating that normal operations have resumed. In a campus-wide environment, it may be important for the entire school district to understand emergencies in progress. Here, a 911 call placed at the Newton Street School notifies people in the building as well as the Board of Education office. An announcement can go out to all schools in the district advising that Newton Street is in lockdown condition. This district-wide paging capability isn't only for emergencies and can be used for other purposes, such as a reminder that the science fair is at Ivy Hill tonight. While not all school environments will have SIP-enabled speakers, it's important to be able to retrofit legacy analog speaker environments. That's easily done through a wideband talkback box that provides 8 ohm or 70 volt speaker at 8 watts wideband with talkback, allowing the same benefits as other SIP-based alerters while reusing existing analog wiring and speakers. This can also eliminate running new cabling, which may trigger asbestos remediation activities. Let's look at an active shooter situation which law enforcement personnel and citizens can have an effect on the outcome based on their actions. This data was based on a study of active shooter incidents that occurred between the year 2000 and 2013 by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. During these 13 years, 160 specific incidents occurred, and while the average was only 6.4 incidents a year in the first 7 years, that nearly tripled to an average of 16.4 in the last 7 years. And 70% of those incidents occurred in a business or educational environment, resulting in over 1,000 casualties. And not only did 60% of the incidents end before police arrived on scene, they occurred in 40 of the 50 states, showing this problem has little to no boundaries. Nearly a quarter of the incidents occurred in an education environment, which was the second highest location type noted in all incidents. And of the 24%, nearly 2/3 of them took place in schools that were pre-K to 12, with the additional 7% taking place in higher education. Looking at the statistics from these incidents over this time period, the FBI was able to make specific recommendations to minimize casualties. First and foremost was denying shooters access to targets. And this is why the official FEMA policy is run, hide, and fight. To facilitate this, you need rapid, accurate communications that involves paging, intercoms, and alerting to multiple types of devices in multiple environments. Information needs to be provided in a clear, actionable format that not only involves the nature and location of the emergency, what the students and staff need to do, and how to do it. It's not enough to simply tell people to run from danger. Specifically, they need guidance on how to run towards safety. And whatever communications that you use must have the capabilities to simultaneously blast out messages via different channels such as SMS, voice, email, and visual alerting. The Avaya Safe School Initiative was designed specifically to keep students and staff safe through innovation. It's a cost-effective, comprehensive, end-to-end solution, provides clear, reliable, and intelligible communications, provides immediate access to critical information and situational awareness internally and externally, provides administrators with simple management using the flexible IP office infrastructure and built-in capabilities, delivering fixed and mobile technology that you can trust during an emergency. I'm Mark Fletcher, Chief Architect for Worldwide Public Safety Solutions in the Office of the CTO at Avaya. Thanks for listening. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Fletch911. And be sure to stop by at Avaya.com for more information on Avaya Smart Solutions for Public Safety.